Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Wyoming Avenue, soon-to-be new Lackawanna County Central Court. This has been a great undertaking. This has been talked about for a long time. President Judge met with me 4 years ago, right after I took office, talked to me about this building. This building has been here for quite a while. It was for sale. We did look at, the numbers were kind of high. Our President Judge gave us some thoughts on what he felt could be here. We felt it would be great. It would be security-minded, it would be efficient, and it would keep our inmates basically in the jurisdiction of the prison to a point. They're not leaving the facility, and it would keep the security up as high as it could possibly be, and there'd be safety for our deputy sheriffs and for our corrections officers. But before we start, I would like to introduce Sergeant Amber Elwood, honorably discharged from the U.S. Army in 2012 at the rank of sergeant, served in Operation Iraq Freedom 2004 to 2005 in Kuwait, served in Operation Enduring Freedom from 2010 to 2011 in Afghanistan. She is also our newest sergeant at the Lackawanna County Prison. Sergeant, would you like to come forward? Thank you for your service. The floor is yours. Great job.
Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Sergeant. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us just bow our heads for a moment of silence for all of our servicemen and women that are fighting abroad for us, and for all of our first responders. And it's horrible to say, they're dying all the time, protecting our communities, protecting our neighborhoods all the time. And, you know, all these rash shootings, thank God for them being our first line of defense, and thank God for our servicemen and servicewomen for what they do for us at all times. Keep our freedoms. Just a moment of silence. Thank you. This is just another great project in Lackawanna County, investing in our future, the future of the 214,000 citizens of Lackawanna County. This administration has been very proactive with the construction of the Globe Store and many, many other projects and things that I do not need to talk about this time, but the big things I do want to talk about are the courts. Since this administration has come into office in 2016, we've had a lot of big changes in the courts. We went from, and all of our magistrates and our current judges remember what we had on the corner of Spruce and Adams, our old administration building, which was great when it was owned by the county back in the 70s. We outgrew it. Our family court was in the lower level of that building. Tight. A lot of family disgruntled issues going on there. Scary security-wise. Tight, very small courtrooms. And it was all over the place. We were on the first floor, we had courtrooms up on the other floors. Now, December of 2019, we're in a beautiful building. All of us know and have great memories of Lackawanna County Government Center at the Globe. First floor, family court. Designed by the court system. Designed with space. Designed with security. And designed with opportunities so some families do not have to have face-to-face confrontations. That's what this government's about. And that's what we've done so far this last 4 years for the court system. The money didn't just appear. When I spoke with President Barrasse, it was a long time ago, and we did not have the finances at that point. We're starting the building of the new construction of the Globe. We didn't have time. If I had known that we were going to get into a project like this, I would have extended that loan. So 2 years went by, and we took a very large capital improvement loan. So all of you that are in the court system, see, we have brand new sidewalks at the Lackawanna County Court System. And for those that like Unico and La Festa, beautiful sidewalks for all the beautiful events we have there. We put brand new sidewalks at Lackawanna County Courthouse, something we badly needed for the last 10 years. All of our parks and recreation, all of our parks are going to get a brand new coating of blacktop this coming year. And last but not least, the monies that was set aside for our capital improvement projects came from that capital improvement loan for our new central court here out at the Lackawanna County Courthouse. At this time, I would like to ask a good friend of mine, former counselor at the Lackawanna County Prison and current warden, to come up and say a few words, because The prison is his prison, and this is an extension of it. Our good friend Tim Betti. Good job, Judge.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Betti. I just a few sentiments I'd like to share with everybody. I very much look forward to once this project is completed, the easy access that our inmate population will have to Central Court in particular. I also understand that there's going to be a processing center here. I think it's all great because for those individuals who can't post bail, it's a very short trip that's going to save the sheriff in manpower hours, with individuals going to Central Court and with the individuals that get processed through the processing center. We're right next door. I had jokingly mentioned before that my one good idea got shot down, and that was to put a big water slide in from the back of the jail to here, like the Kalahari has.
You got the height there.
But yeah, I'm still pushing
we got
for
the
it.
people work release helps with that.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, with that said, I'll hand it back to Commissioner O'Malley, and hopefully this is a quick project that we can get rolling real fast.
Warden, congratulations on all the great work that you've done out at the prison. It's been some turbulent times, but you've been there and you've been steadfast, and you've done a great job, and your staff. Second to none. Congratulations. Congratulations on the day. Now, I've known our district attorney for quite a long time. I actually know him when he ran back in '89, so it's really aging us. But in the 1990s, there was an X-rated channel that was on TV, and I was on the Delphia Cable Board. And our district attorney had an issue with the fact that we were going to have an actual access to this X-rated channel without being able to shut it off or codes or anything like that. So I was the plaintiff because I was on the Adelphia Cable Board against Adelphia Cable for trying to push this through, and he pushed it through the district attorney's office so we'd make sure that none of our children had a situation such as seeing these type of dirty movies on our cable's channel. But the judge has had an incredible life. He's done a fabulous job as district attorney and as a judge, and currently our president judge, Michael Barrasse. Now we'll flip the sign over. It's gonna be great. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank, made me nervous there when you were talking about the district attorney. I thought Mark Powell was coming up to speak. This was so long ago I was DA, I forgot I was DA. First of all, I want to thank the commissioners, number one, for exploring this, because obviously money is always an issue. But I think one of the things that we were able to show the commissioners is that this is actually economically more feasible than keeping the situation that we presently have. Just a little history. A number of years ago when the courthouse was renovated, one of the principal reasons it was renovated is because of the security problems in Central Court. And from that, we ended up with a new Central Court that still had a great deal of security issues. You have defendants and victims sitting across from one another. You have inadequate space for both the DA and the public defenders to talk to their clients. You actually have inside the courtroom, for each one of the magistrates that are here, you have a huge security risk. The courtroom is usually jammed. There are people, both defendants and victims, surrounding the bench. It's no way for justice to be dispensed. The other problem is the security in regard to the defendants being transported on a daily basis from the prison to the courthouse. This new building is going to allow for all those security problems to be alleviated. Essentially, they're going to be coming from the back of the prison right into here. There'll be cells here. And the third part is we are also going to be combining the different efforts that we have. The processing center is presently down in the basement of the courthouse. It has to be staffed at night for prisoners to be processed and booked. That will be changed. That'll be brought out here. So it'll be more of a seamless processing in which we're not going to be having to do things twice. So a person's not going to be booked down at the courthouse and then double booked here. It'll be all one system. And then finally, we are also going to have a second courtroom here besides Central Court where the preliminary hearings are held. There'll be a second courtroom here where a common pleas judge will be sitting. And that'll be for the purpose of what we call Gagnon hearings. Many of the hearings and pretrials for defendants that are incarcerated, rather than having them all transported down to the prison, often for a 5-minute court appearance to say continued. It will be here in this building. And so again, we're not going to have the transportation problems, the security problems, and hopefully cases will be moved through the system much quicker than they presently are. I want to thank the architects. They spent an awful lot of time with us going through this process. It's not an easy one. We had to make sure that all the staffing, whether it be the magistrates, whether it be the public defenders, the DAs, and Commissioner O'Malley fought for the Women's Resource Center and for other victim rights groups here to have a space. Stenographers, there's a lot of different people that have to be addressed in regard to this building. So I want to thank the architects that really went through months and months of going back and forth with us at early meetings and late meetings to see if this worked. I want to thank Frank Castellano and Jeff McLean. They both really did the engineering. I'm sort of like, if you guys remember MASH, I'm the colonel, I just sign it, and they run it, and they keep on giving me the plans, and I sign off on it. So I am just thankful for everyone that really worked on this project. I think it's going to make Lackawanna County a safer place, a better criminal justice system, and it's more importantly for the Commission's budget, is that this is going to be a cheaper way to operate. Thank you very much.
Judge, the big question is, can Frank hear the copters coming in before they get there, the helicopters? Just okay. I think he can sometimes.
Thank you.
I would also just like to say my sister was a victim of domestic violence June 9th, 1980, and my family got heavily involved with the Women's Resource Center, and that's the first organization that I really am involved in for 39 years of my life. And with that being said, 1982, there was this great young lady who came from Marywood University, and that was my good friend Peg Reddy. She couldn't make it today, but I want to let her know we're going to have your office there. It'll be a space for you for any women or anyone that has any type of domestic violence issue. I'd like to also thank John Palumbo, who I've been involved with in numerous projects. He does a great job. Where's John at? John, you didn't leave on me, did you? Okay, just want to make sure you're here. Thank you, John. And Jimmy Rodway, thank you for the great job on the Lackawanna County Government Center at the Globe. And I know they're going to be utilizing you in the future with this. And to our Buildings and Grounds Director, Kevin Shaughnessy, second to none. Thank you for a job well done, and I know you'll be involved. This will be one of your buildings. Thank you. And last but not least, as much as Lackawanna County will take over this building sometime in the next 10 to 12 months from now, there will be workers here, and they will be union workers through a project labor agreement. So we're going to be putting union brothers and sisters to work here daily, keep them from having to take the long rides to Jersey, Philly, New York, Baltimore, wherever they may be going. So that's what's going to be happening in the future. So this will become a working building probably within the next 2 weeks when they start the tear down on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. And this time we're going to do the wall breaking. So what I'd like is I'd like our president judge, I'd like the warden, and whoever the most senior magistrate is to come up. Ready? Sean, measure 1, 2, 3. All right. Good job.